Streets of the Hidden Leaf Village. Naruto felt relieved as the mob of villagers ran past his hiding place. Even though he had incredible stamina, his 5-year-old body was not used to the strain of running for an hour straight. Luckily, Naruto had learned to conceal his presence so well that even a Jonin would have a tough time finding him. This was insanely useful since Naruto was often chased. As for the reason, he had no clue of the truth behind the hatred he received. People called him things like demon and monster. Whenever Naruto tried to ask why they hated him, he would receive the words, "Die, you demon. Finish what the fourth started." He wondered why they mentioned the fourth Hokage, who passed away after killing the Nine-Tails demon. Naruto's musing was cut off as a man yelled, "There he is! Get him!" Naruto, still tired, channeled chakra to his feet and jumped onto the roof of a nearby building. This surprised the villagers. Since they could not reach him, a pair of Chunin continued to chase him. Even some of the ninja hated him. They were the ones who scared Naruto the most. After another few moments of running, the Chunin caught up with the boy, grabbing him and tossing him back onto ground level. One threw a kunai at Naruto, piercing his shoulder. He pulled it out with a grunt. Immediately, the wound began to heal itself. A second later, there was no evidence of injury. Why does my body heal so fast? No one else heals as quick, Naruto thought as his pursuers landed in front of him. Time for you to get what you deserve, one of them said, cracking his knuckles. The two began punching and kicking Naruto, making him double over and cry in pain. Eventually, he could not take any more, passed out. Naruto awoke to find himself on the floor, surrounded by water. He did not know where he was, but he had a feeling that he was not in the Leaf Village anymore. He looked down to see his reflection. He had spiky blonde hair, ocean blue eyes, and 3 whisker marks on each cheek. He was about 3 foot 5 inches and wore ninja sandals, black pants, and a white shirt with an orange spiral in the front, back, and shoulders. The boy stood up and looked around himself to find a large sewer. Strangely, his clothing was dry, even though he had been laying in the water. Genjutsu, maybe? Naruto mused as he flared his chakra, trying to break the possible illusion, but to no avail. Despite his innocent look, the blonde was more intelligent than most. Using the knowledge he had of this place, there was 3 possible places he could be: a strong Genjutsu, a real sewer, or he was inside of his own head, his mindscape. He had no idea why the third option appeared in his head, but it only helped reinforce the possibility. No use standing around. If this is my mindscape, then I should be able to leave. Naruto paused and said in a low tone, "Do I even want to go back? My body's being beaten right now." "What if I could help you with that, little brat?" a deep voice called out. Naruto, confused, called out, "Are you my consciousness talking?" Wrong. Suddenly, Naruto was transported to a new location. In front of him was a large cage. Placing a lock was a large paper tag that had the word "seal" on it. The blonde could sense an enormous amount of chakra behind the bars that did not belong to him. Slowly, a figure appeared out of the darkness. It was large, covered in orange fur. Its eyes were blood red, with black slits as pupils. Behind it were 9 tails, moving like tendrils of fire. Naruto realized what stood before him, the beast that the 4th Hokage had slain 5 years ago. The 9-tailed fox? But how? Naruto yelled with a mix of awe and fear. "They said the 4th killed you." The fox let out a snort. "Ha! No one can kill a tailed beast, brat. No. The 4th Hokage sealed me away inside your body." The fox had expected the boy to go crazy, But instead, his face showed understanding. He folded his arms and looked up at the beast. So, that book I read was right. Tailed beasts cannot be killed, because they are just chakra taking solid form. So when you attacked the village, the fourth Hokage sealed you inside me to stop you. How do you know these things, kid? At your age, you shouldn't have that knowledge. Old man, that is, the third Hokage, let me read some of his books. That was 6 months ago, and he gave me an apartment to live in. My question is, why do you not know this? Don't you have access to my thoughts? The Nine Tails let out a sigh. It's because I only just broke free of that genjutsu that damned Uchiha placed me under. He's the reason I attacked the Leaf Village. You mean a Sharingan user made you attack the village? Naruto asked, putting the pieces together. There had to have been someone in the village that held Nine Tails. Then, the Uchiha tore the fox out of his container, set him loose. Then, the fox had to place him inside me, and it took him a while to break free of the genjutsu the Uchiha used after he was placed in me. And that means, so you figured it out, he said to Naruto. It seemed that the fox could now hear his thoughts. I am the reason everyone hates you so much. You think you are me taking human form, when you are just my jailer, my Jinchuriki. Naruto looked down in his hand. That would explain why they call me a demon. He looked back up, staring straight into the fox's red eyes. What's your name, Fox? Nine Tails' eyes widened. None of his previous human containers had ever asked for his name before. Why do you want to know? Naruto tilted his head, looking at the beast, as if the question were a stupid one. Isn't it obvious? You cannot leave my body, meaning you are stuck here. So we should be on equal terms. That way, you are not trying to control or kill me. It also means that we can work together. I can try to find a way to let you leave my body, and in return, you can help me to become stronger. Even though he was the most prideful of the tailed beasts, the brat words made sense, although something inside of the boy reminded him of someone else important. Kurama. My name is Kurama. Naruto smiled at Kurama and said, The name's Naruto Uzumaki, and starting today, we're friends, Kurama. The two stared into each other's eyes, giving one another the same foxy grin. So, who is the Uchiha who made you attack the village? Kurama closed his eyes, thinking back to the event 5 years ago. He told me his name was Madara Uchiha, the ninja who abandoned the Leaf Village years ago. Naruto nodded. He did not know if this was the real Madara, since he was said to have died at the hand of the first Hokage. He and his new friend would have to just find that out. Naruto began to fade out of existence. Kurama noticed and spoke. You're a gaining consciousness, boy. I'll talk with you later. Sure thing, Furball. Don't call me that, brat, the fox yelled out as Naruto disappeared.